All right, so I don't want to have to work a 9 to 5 job again. And I'm not knocking those of you who are in a job, or I'm not telling people that you should quit or be ungrateful if you have a 9 to 5 job. Be grateful if you have one. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, I got laid off from my job, and thank God I had started a side business while I was working. So I had some customers and clients, things like that. I was able to, use that and grow my business. But I can't see myself working a job because jobs are stressful and toxic. Let me know if you can relate in the comments. But, these bosses, right? These bosses are like, they just expect you to do so much and they don't want to pay you and they want you to work crazy hours. And then you have like these toxic coworkers that always want to compete with you, or they gossip about people, and it's like this underlying competitive environment. Look, I feel like if you're working at a company, you have coworkers, you're supposed to be on the same team. You're supposed to be working together like a team. They always talk about team building and we need to be a team. And it's like they're secretly just trying to get you fired and competing with you. For what? What is the competition for? Then the other thing is, like, if you want to spend time with your family, if your family gets sick, especially if you have kids and your kid is sick and you got to stay there, or maybe you are going through health problems and you need to take some rest, these jobs they don't want to work with you. They're not going to give you, this extra time off. And I just feel like it's just not for me. I like having like free time, in the middle of the day, to just do what I want, to wake up when I want, to not be on some schedule, and not to be spending so much time on these damn Zoom calls. Spending time on Zoom, just talking and talking. Like, I remember there was a job I had where we were just on Zoom. Like, I was on like 5 Zoom calls a day. 5 calls sitting there with people, wasting time in meetings that are unnecessary. Unnecessary meetings. And if you try to make recommendations for improvement and tell your boss, hey, I think there's a better way that we can do this, they just throw your ideas, in the garbage. They just completely don't listen to what you have to say. And I want to tell you something. Your coworkers are not your friends. Neither is your boss. Because when the time comes and they got to throw you under the bus, they will. And this is why having your own business is going to give you freedom. You can work your own schedule, your own hours. You can take off as much as you want. You can take your laptop and go move to another country or go and travel and live where you want to live because you work for yourself. Now, I'm not saying that it's all roses and that having a business is super easy, because it's not. You got to put in the work. Like, I'm going to be very real with you. I have been running a business for many years now, and you have to put the work in. So it's not like you're going to sit back and relax and the checks are just going to come. You got to put in the work. But at the end of the day, you're putting that energy and effort into your own thing, and you're building something for you and for your family. And it's worth it. It's worth whatever sacrifices you have to make. But I'm going to be honest with you, like, for my business, I have periods of time where I work a lot, and then I have periods of time where I don't really have to work as much, and I could still, I'm still okay. So it really just depends on the way you set up your business and what type of business you have, which is, that's another thing. You got to make sure you have the right business model. But yeah, you definitely, like, if you're in a 9 to 5 job, start a business. Like, you can even start on YouTube. Just get on YouTube, start making content, and, promoting whatever offers you want to sell, whether it's coaching services, maybe you want to sell digital products. And honestly, you can get into, if you make enough videos and you qualify, you can get into the YouTube partnership program. And this is where you actually get paid to make videos. So that's another way to monetize. But definitely do something. Now, the other thing I want to tell you is the impact of AI. AI is going to take a lot of people's jobs away. And in the tech industry, AI is really eliminating a lot of tasks that people used to have to do. So it's just something to think about. You cannot rely on a 9 to 5. You can't rely on the government. You got to take care of yourself, right? There's only but so much they can do. So you really have to become, autonomous and work for yourself. But now with these platforms, social media, YouTube, it is not hard to get started. The honest truth, too, is the economy is crazy right now. I mean, we're in a period of inflation. So even if you work a job, it's like you don't have enough money at the end of the week when you get paid, or every month if you get paid weekly or monthly. Your paycheck only gets you so far because things just cost so much money. Cost of living, the cost of food, the cost of transportation, like everything is going up. So if you have a 9 to 5 job, you need to have a side hustle, a side business, just to be able to afford things. It's like you have to work 2 jobs. And at the end of the day, if I have to work more than 40 hours, I'd rather work for myself. And if you already have a business and you're working a lot, be grateful that you have a business. Like, be grateful for that. You get to work for yourself and you have your own schedule, and you can, if you want to take 2 days off, you can take 2 days off, right? Like, you don't have to worry about getting fired after that. But yeah, working a 9 to 5 is not for me. I personally just don't like to be confined to, I have to work from 9 to 5. You know, my energy goes up and down during the day. In the morning, I have the most energy in the morning. Then around 12 o'clock, from 12 to 4, after I eat lunch, I get tired. I want to take a nap. And because I work for myself, I could take a nap from 12 to 2 p.m., right? In the job, you can't just take a nap for 2 hours, 3 hours, right? Like, it's those type of things. So I find like working for myself, I'm able to work in my own natural biological clock. Like for instance, I have a lot of energy in the morning, but then I get tired in the afternoon. Then at nighttime, I get this creative burst. So as a business owner, I can work on my natural cycle, like what works for me, right? On my own schedule. And that's what I mean when I talk about with a job, 9 to 5, you got to be on their schedule when they tell you have to get up. And then if you have a 9 to 5 and you got to go into the office, you got to commute, you got to fight traffic to get there. By the time you get home, you're so like just drained of energy from the long, 1 hour, 2 hour commute you have to do. It's just a lot. And then if you have kids, it's even more. You got to go pick them up. What if your kid gets sick at daycare? You can't just, leave in the middle of the day because you got to ask your boss for that. And you want to have more time with your family, right? So this is the reason. This is another reason I hope it motivates you to get serious about growing your own business, not having to rely on someone else, because at any moment they could let you go. You may have been working at a job for 20 years and they want to do budget cuts, and they could just say, you're done. That's it. We don't need you. We're doing layoffs, right? And you put all your energy, your sweat, your tears into this job, this company, and they just let go of you. And so this is what I'm saying. Like, they don't care. When they got to make the budget cuts, they're going to make those cuts. They don't care about you. So this is the reason why I don't want to put all my eggs, my income into one job. I want to work. I like working for myself. I currently have my own business, and yeah, this is it. And this is why I don't want to go back to a 9 to 5. I really don't. Now, I'm not saying we don't know what's going to happen. What if I find a great job a couple of years from now? One thing I could be honest with you, I have thought about becoming a professor. Like, I think when I get older, I wouldn't mind teaching like college kids, maybe becoming an adjunct professor, like doing it part-time, like just because I like it, right? But not because I have to. So yeah, I'm not trying to knock 9 to 5s. I really want you to know that. Like, you shouldn't just quit your 9 to 5. You need to have money saved, and you need to have a side business already working and making money for you. But yeah, I just wanted to share this with you. Let me know if you can relate in the comments. How do you feel? And what's your plan? Do you have a plan to, get out of that situation? Let me know. And anyway, subscribe to my channel. I have a bunch of videos on here on how to work for yourself, how to make your own money, and just be independent and really live the life you want, because you have your own income stream. You can have, you have your own schedule. You're able to do work you enjoy. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.